Have you ever had a sore throat or a sinus infection? If so, you've probably been prescribed a beta-lactam antibiotic. These antibiotics are the most commonly prescribed medication for bacterial infections. Beta-lactam production makes up 65% of the total antibiotic market. Penicillin is the most common beta-lactam prescribed. Most people have learned in science class the history of how penicillin was discovered. The first antibiotic discovered in 1928 on accident by Alexander Fleming, noticing how a mold interacted with bacteria in a petri dish. But learning how that tiny pill you swallow is far more interesting. Today we're going to learn about that. There are two types of bacterial cell walls. The first one is gram-positive and the second one is gram-negative. The difference is related to where the peptoglycan wall is located. Gram-positives have it on the outside of the cell wall, and gram-negative have it between the cell wall and the cell membrane. Once penicillin molecules come across a gram-positive bacteria, it bonds to the penicillin binding proteins. This bondage activates the molecule to cancel the formation of cross-links in the cell wall. By doing this, the cell wall will get weaker until, poof, it explodes due to osmosis and diffusion. Now that the cell is no longer intact, the white blood cells have an increased chance of breaking down the rest of the bacteria and eliminating it from your body. One of the biggest controversies with antibiotics and penicillin is antibiotics-resistant bacteria. Two main factors that cause these mutated bacteria are an overuse of antibiotics and not completing your prescription. One mutation can be the form of beta-lactamase. This protein in the bacteria breaks down the beta-lactam ring in penicillin, keeping it from bonding to the bacteria wall. Another mutation is penicillin binding site inhibitors. These molecules bond to the site, blocking it from the medication, preventing penicillin from getting activated. If it's not activated, it can't fight against the bacteria and break it down. That's all for today's lesson. Join me next time to talk about penicillin subgroups and other antibiotics.